I'm pleased to report that the freeze line stayed about 50 miles north of Houston. We were blessed by Mother Nature, blessed by preparation, and I'd like to give you an accurate report this morning. We had 940 Houston residents go to one of our 12 warming centers. I was visiting the warming centers to about 2 o'clock this morning, and everything was working. All departments were in a mode of all hands on deck. I want to thank our Parks Department, certainly our Health Department, and their staff that manage these warming centers, and they do it as we talk. Temperature is still a major concern. I will call upon our first responders in a moment to let you know that Houston was safe last night from the elements in terms of reduction of activities. I can't thank Houstonians enough. I told you yesterday this is an inexact science. I got 3 weather reports yesterday. One actually showed that the freeze would get to the Gulf. It's my responsibility to look out for every community in Houston, and the complexity of providing safety and welfare for 2.3 million Houstonians is challenging. For instance, we have to make sure that we have access to the medical center during these challenging times. I want to thank Houstonians for listening. People stayed off the road last night. Churches are having remote services this morning. The preparation is working, but let me emphasize, we cannot let our guard down. The temperatures will be below freezing tonight from every report that we're getting. The moisture on the ground will become ice after dark tonight. So everyone needs to keep their guard up until at least mid-afternoon tomorrow. There will be no schools tomorrow. City employees will not work. And I know most of Houston's businesses are asking their employees to change their plans. Metro did an excellent job of helping transport people during the night. They actually went around to bus stop locations to give people Metrolift rides. I got hourly reports from HPD. There were no major incidents. No major incidents with Houston Fire. This morning early, there was a 12-inch water break at Chimney Rock in Westheimer. We have crews there. Water pressure did not dip last night significantly due to people not dripping their pipes and also some drainage. So I want to thank all the departments, their staff. There were people sleeping on the floor here at the emergency center. There were people sleeping on the floor as they operated the warming centers. And I can't say enough about preparation. And we were very blessed by the fact that we prepared for the worst. But we're not over this yet. Tonight will be bitterly cold. So the same warnings. Protect your plants, your pipes. Take care of your pets, your neighbors. Tonight will be bitter cold. The coldest part of the Arctic blast will get here the remainder of today. Tomorrow, we will assess things. We will have the warming centers open Monday night until midday Tuesday. Trying to see what I want to emphasize. First of all, I want to give some shout-outs, and I could do shout-outs the rest of the morning. All 12 warming centers had backup generators. Thanks to the cooperation of CenterPoint, we had mobile generators, and all of them were secure with backup generators. Major departure from when I arrived and was elected mayor. Generators are critical at our strategic locations, police and fire. So public safety was our highest concern last night, certain the function of the warming centers, and also all hands on deck. And all hands on deck at your city hall and departments will carry on through today and tomorrow. Brian Mason, our director of this emergency center, was here all night long monitoring things with his team, and I would like Brian to come forward and let us know any details that you should emphasize.
Thank you, Mayor. You did a pretty good job covering everything, sir. Just a few things, just to reinforce a few things. As the mayor mentioned, we were very, very fortunate last night with where the freeze line sat up. It was a little bit north of us, so that was a very good thing. Also, as the mayor mentioned, we are not, it's not over. We're not done with this weather event. Tonight, it is going to get very, very cold. So any moisture that's left out there, as the mayor mentioned, it is going to refreeze. So please hang with us one more night. When the sun goes down, please make sure you're off the roads and take the burden off our first responders that will be out in the field. Just a few other things to hit on. Airports, all 3 airports are up and running, fully functioning. No issues with the airports, but as always, please check with your carriers to see the status of your flight. As far as Metro goes, Metro is running a modified rail service as we speak right now, and then they plan on returning to normal service at approximately noon on Monday, but we'll be monitoring the weather to see how the roads are, and that may change. One last thing, just once again, another reminder and request for everybody. Please listen to what the mayor said. Please try to stay off the roads tonight. Things will refreeze. Please do not get complacent. We were very fortunate inside the city of Houston. A lot of our partners to the north of us, just as close as Conroe, some of those areas, they got some significant ice up there. So please stay off the roads tonight, and then we'll evaluate everything again tomorrow morning. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Brian. One shout out that we didn't mention is TxDOT. They were actually treating the roads as we came in early this morning along 610. Public Works continues to treat Houston thoroughfares. It's just the preparation and the follow-through that is making a huge difference. But we cannot let our guard down. And as I mentioned, public safety is our highest priority. Chief Diaz, will you come and give us a report from HPD overnight? Which overnight meant when I last saw you at 2 this morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Overnight was a great success. Thank you to the community for listening to the alerts that we sent out. It was important. Our calls for service remained the same. Our accident volume remained the same for us. People stayed off the roadways this morning. People are still off the roadways, so it helps us help you. So we're very grateful. I want to thank the men and women of the Houston Police Department who slept in patrol cars last night, who were away from their homes, who slept on the floors at police stations to make sure that you had access to us. So I want to thank you. We're going to continue. This weather will continue a little bit. It'll still get cold. So like I said yesterday or the day before yesterday, make sure that when you're traveling, if you have to travel, that you're driving slow, that you're monitoring the road conditions and not don't let the sunlight fool you, because there are a few patches here and there that are wet. So just drive carefully, drive safely, and make sure that you're checking on your neighbors still. We're still not out of it. It'll be cold tonight, really, really cold tonight. So make sure that you're keeping up with your neighbors and keeping up with your families. And again, if you must get on the road, please slow down to ensure that you travel in and out of the city, because we still have people that travel through our city on a daily basis on our interstate systems that aren't from here. So let's make sure that we as a community continue to be safe. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. And of course, we're always concerned about space heaters and safety of people trying to stay as warm as possible. Chief Munoz, would you give us a report from Houston Fire?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. Again, thank you all. As the Mayor's been emphasizing, Mayor Whitmire's been emphasizing safety, 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 all hands on deck. One of the key things that we emphasize is carbon monoxides. I'm happy to say that as of this morning, 0 fatalities. We did get 8 carbon monoxide alarms. The firefighters responded, people listened, therefore no fatalities. Mayor mentioned space heaters. please be aware of the surroundings where they are. Also, ovens. People, if you're going to open the ovens, please, maintain that safety. Pay attention to what's around them. The other thing, too, generators. If you are going to use one, please place those 3 to 4 feet away from the house, because therefore that'll eliminate some of the carbon monoxide getting into the house. One of the other things, too, is people have a tendency that might want to use some kind of heating element like barbecue pit or burn some fire inside the garage. Totally, please do not do that. The one last thing is if you do have an electric stove, please make sure that if there is some sort of outage in your area, please turn that electric stove off, because once that power comes back on, there's a possibility there'll be some house fires or a house fire on that as a result. But again, thank you all. I want to thank our Houston firefighters working all night and making sure that you're safe. And as Mayor Whitmire mentioned and Chief Diaz, please stay off the roads. Pay attention to safety. And again, please pay attention to the elderly, your neighbors. Together against the weather, we'll have a good, successful outcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Public safety being the number one priority, and certainly the health and welfare of all Houstonians, regardless of your community. But I would also say right up there near public safety, and maybe it starts with the supply of energy. I know the anxiety brought about by the loss in previous episodes, but I've got a good, healthy report this morning. As I mentioned, we have generators at all the warming centers in our strategic locations like police and fire stations, but I want CenterPoint, their chief operating officer, to come give us a current report on our energy supply. Mr. Soto, thank you for your partnership of providing energy at our multi-service center, and give Houstonians a accurate, current report of the energy supply.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to assure you and those in this audience that the safety and well-being of our customers and our communities continues to be our top priority. We continue to monitor the variables of temperature, wind, moisture, and the location. That led us to make decisions earlier this week to pre-stage 3,300 frontline workers, including 600 from out of our service territory from 9 states as far north as Michigan and Wisconsin, concentrated in 2 areas where we strategically located transformers and poles to be ready. We were concerned about the accumulation of ice on our power lines, accumulation of ice on trees, and that vegetation would fall in contact. That did not materialize. What we are prepared for over the next 2 days is the continuation of that temperature, that low temperature, and the demand that it's going to have on our system. So we remain alert. We will remain prepared. Our emergency operations center has been opened 24 hours. We will continue to have crews available in position to respond in a timely manner. Over the past 24 hours, we've responded to 27,000 outages in a very timely manner. And our commitment is to remain alert, remain prepared. As we respond, if we have a vehicle that shows up and then it leaves, we're not ignoring you. That means that we need additional resources to come back and take care of that outage. Or if you have an outage and you don't see activity around your home, that means that it could be around the corner, in your neighborhood, other parts. We're not ignoring you. We are addressing it. That inspection, repair, then leads to the restoration of power. Lastly, if you see a down power line, I ask that you do not come close to it. Remain away and call 713-207-2222. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Soto. That's a pretty comprehensive look at what took place overnight and what we are forecasting for the rest of the day. Yesterday I was saying preparation and caution. Today I think the emphasis is on caution. Do not let your guard down. We will have freezing temperatures overnight, and there will be moisture. The humidity's high. The chill factor will be very low today, due to the wind and the circumstances. So everyone, keep your guard up and be cautious. And Public Works has crews all over the city monitoring things. Health is at the centers right now, so it's still all hands on deck from the city's administration. Any questions?
Mayor, I know you said that there's a crew near the Galleria area where we saw that big leak this morning. Is there any other concern, especially with the potential of more freezing of any other water leaks?
As I said, crews are there, but let you talk to the director. He can give you a time frame, but they're pretty good at responding to broken water mains. A lot of experience. Randy, why don't you give us a report?
Yeah, we anticipate that there's always going to be breaks. We have breaks on a daily basis. I don't want to say that it's a normal day for us to see something like we saw over there, but it's not something that we weren't prepared for or unable to respond to. We have crews all throughout the city who are going to be able to mobilize and deploy on a as-needed basis as we do it. Of course, we've got to make sure we keep our folks in safety's way all along the time. So as the temperatures go down, we'll take extra precautions there. But the message for people always is, as soon as you see something, let us know. We thank the media for alerting us. Sometimes when you see these big ones, folks will call you first before they'll call us. We'd ask everyone to call us at the same time so that we can respond to it. But we feel very good about our mobilization efforts right now, and we're ready to go. That line, as I understand it, is under repair right now. We expect to have that fixed as quickly as possible.
Anyone else? Obviously, public safety being our highest priority, but infrastructure right up there bumping public safety. There is years of neglect of our infrastructure, and we're rapidly addressing the concerns. Anyone else? If not, Ms. Campos, if you'll come speak to our Spanish-speaking residents.
Yes. Gracias, alcalde. Buenos días a todos. Ya pasó la primera noche de este evento, pero recuerden que todavía siguen condiciones peligrosas. Muchas gracias a todos por escuchar al alcalde y por quedarse en sus casas. Y gracias a todos que han trabajado soportando esta tormenta invernal. Los centros de calentamiento siguen abiertos hasta nuevo aviso. El alcalde visitó los centros ayer y casi 1,000 personas estaban entre los dos centros. Si necesita un lugar donde puede estar caliente y seguro, por favor, visite los centros. Todos los 12 centros tienen generadores. Las carreteras están resbaladitas. Estas condiciones son reales, activas y peligrosas, especialmente en puentes y carreteras elevadas. Recuerda, si no tiene que conducir ahora, no lo haga. Si puede quedarse en su casa, es la decisión más segura que puede tomar. Los equipos de transporte, obras públicas, policía, bomberos y socios regionales están trabajando muy duro para que puedan mantener la comunidad segura. Las condiciones de las carreteras se están monitoreando las 24 horas al día. Aunque las temperaturas se calentarán durante el día, las temperaturas volverán a bajar por la noche y las condiciones pueden volverse peligrosas rápidamente. Se han producido casos aislados de cortes de electricidad, pero los equipos están trabajando con rapidez para restablecer el suministro eléctrico. Estamos en comunicación constantemente con los distritos escolares, departamentos de la ciudad y sistemas de aeropuertos de Houston y otros socios importantes. Sabemos que muchos distritos escolares estarán cerrados mañana. Manténganse atentos a los avisos de sus distritos y escuelas para poder agarrar las informaciones más correctas. Sí, gracias. Lo mismo aplicará para vuelos y aeropuertos que podrían verse afectados por el clima. Hasta el momento no han reportado problemas significantes en los aeropuertos. Como dijo el alcalde, Whitmire, a principios de esta semana, la mejor manera de ayudar a los equipos de emergencia es mantenerse fuera de las carreteras, a menos que sea absolutamente necesario, a lo menos por esta noche. Sigue protegiendo sus personas, mascotas, plantas y tuberías entre esta noche. No habrá más ruedas de prensa sobre esta tormenta invernal. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Campos. Any other questions? If not, thank you to the press for delivering updates, and we'll keep you timely informed with that. Let's keep working. Thank you.